Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the whole flick of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Gotta give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah. The Most High, the Heavenly Father, his Hebrew name is Yahweh. Not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Most High, not Lord, not Yah, not Jah, not Ahai, not Allah, not Abba, not Yahuwah. It's Yahweh. And his only God's son name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shah. Not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ, not Serapis Christos, not Yeshua, not Yehoshua. It's Yahweh Shah. So we got to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rikah, Kodash. Give honors to the apostles and elder bishop and elders of great millstone who rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, whether accepted or not. And the sincere salutation to all the arguing, pushing the truth, and believing his truth with the four winds of the earth. The entire world shedding light to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the Agua for listen learning. Ye few sisters will listen learning. Coming at you another lesson, truth, facts, faith, and edification. Another day of edification, Lord, where's be found? So I typed this lesson. Egypt's demise is Israel's rise. And I heard this, listen to Elder Malcolm lesson at the plantation this morning, or yesterday morning, because we're in another day. We are in another day now. As sun go down, the day changes. So as of yesterday morning, I was listening to Elder Malcolm's lesson, and one of the brothers, they was doing an in transit, and one of the brothers said, Egypt's demise is our rise. And the word demise, let's get this word demise real quick. This word demise, let's turn this up so you can hear this.
Demise.
Demise. The word demise, a person's death. Similar words reads death, dying, passing, passing away, passing on, loss of life, expire, expiration, end, departure from life, final exit, decease. Right? So we know, according to the scriptures, according to Yahweh Shema, according to the words of Yahweh Shema Shai, this is Egypt's demise, the so-called white man's demise. So I just want to read a few precepts. Now, I was looking at this earlier. This is Psalms chapter 9 and 17. Let's look at this real quick. Because the scripture says that these nations are going to be our servants, right? When you read Ezekiel 39, starting at verse 10, it tell you that when we go back into the Holy Land, when the Messiah returns, that we shall seek out continual employment, right? I read this yesterday that these bodies that's going to be at the four corners of the earth, over the four corners of the earth, gonna have to be buried, gonna have to be gathered and buried, right? What's left of them after the feast of these different fowls the Lord said He's going to call to eat these flesh of kings and captains, right? Now let me show you this. This is Psalms 9 and 17. The wicked shall be turned into hell in all generations that forget God. Now in the translation, it says this, and the one in particular, which is the NET. The NLT, it reads Psalms 9 and 17, the wicked will go down to the grave. This is the faith of all the nations who ignore God, right? And I want to go back to this word hell, because Jonah said that the Lord heard him. He said, the Lord heard my affliction out of the belly of hell, right? Which is affliction. When you go to the word hell, it means the grave. That's first and foremost. It means the grave. Now look at this. It's a the wicked sent there for punishment, right? So this ain't talking about some place where you go and burn forever. This is talking about being sent. It's a wicked sent there for punishment, right? Right here, it's a including its accessories and inmates. And inmates. Where are you an inmate at? In prison, right? This goes to Isaiah 14 when it says, let's read it. This it said, include its at accessories and inmates, grave, hell, pit, right? In Isaiah 14, let's read this. See, this shows you it ain't talking about no place where you go and burn forever. It said accessories and inmates, right? Isaiah 14 and 17. It reads, that made the world as a wilderness, that destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners. What's a prisoner? Another name for prisoner, right here, inmates. Inmates, right? Now, let's go back. So it reads, Psalm 9:17, the wicked shall be turned into hell, into a punishment, into a condition, into a judgment of the grave, and all nations that forget God. Right? I want to point that out. This is Proverbs. This is Proverbs 14 and 32. And it reads, the wicked is driven away. Why? In his wickedness. The wicked is driven away in his wickedness, but the righteous have hope in his death. Let's get this. Translate. See what they say. So like the NIV say, when calamity comes, the wicked are brought down. But even in death, the righteous seek refuge in God. Let me see what the NLT say. NLT, the wicked are crushed by disaster, but the godly have a refuge when they die. BBE, the sinner is overthrown in his evil doing, but the upright man has hope in his righteousness. Where is okay. I was looking for that NET, which I read. The wicked will be thrown down in his trouble, but the righteous have refuge even in the threat of death. That's heavy. So let's go back to this original Proverbs 14 and 32. The wicked is driven away in his wickedness, his folly, but the righteous have hope in his death. Now, the points I want to make in this, because I said demise, right? The brother, I don't know if it was an elder brother, but during Elder Malcolm video, one of the brothers said, Egypt demise is Israel's rise. No, he said Egypt's demise is our rise. So I put our and changed it to Israel's rise, which is the elect, first and foremost. I hate when this do this. I don't know how to get this. Okay. So Egypt in America, Babylon the Great. You can read Revelations 11:8. It tell you that uh, the bodies, their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. Also, our Lord is crucified. We know Yahweh wasn't crucified in Egypt or Sodom. So what is it talking about? Here in America, Babylon the Great, the Lord was exiled. We was never taught here about the true Lord of the Bible, the Heavenly Father Yahweh, and His only begotten Son Yahweh Shai, we was never taught about here in America. Now, this topic, this title, Egypt's demise. The word demise means death. Egypt's demise is Israel's rise. Right? Few precepts. I don't want to make this too long, Lord willing, because I could be long-winded. Now, let me get this. In Job 21 and 19, I just want to make these points because it's already in the scripts, man, that their demise, which is their death, like the so-called white man has not been in rulership that long, man. It just seemed long because we in the flesh. But again, like the lesson I said last night, the Lord has when he said in Job 36, which I read, it said the Lord will show us the transgressions that we did. That's slavery, man. We get to look at these movies. We get to read about the history of 70 AD. We get to read about the history of 586 BC. All these things is documented, man. And it all goes back to the scriptures. Job 21 and 19, it reads, God layeth up his iniquity for his children. He rewardeth him, and he shall know it. So they said he at least going to know it, man. They're going to know it. His eyes shall see his destruction, and he shall drink of the wrath of the Almighty, which I'm going to read in Psalm 75. For what pleasure have he in his house after him when the number of his months is cut off in the midst? So picture somebody going about their daily whatever, and then all of a sudden they driving or they walking, and then they just started having a heart attack, right? They just start having a heart attack. This is the Lord saying right here, for what pleasure have he in his house after him when the number of his months is cut off in the midst? This is Job. His days are gonna be cut off in the midst, man. This is Job 14 and 5. And it reads, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are cut off with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. See, this is Job 20. And when I heard the brother say this, I just thought about these few precepts. This is Job 20 and 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite, but for a moment. See? And they only been in rulership for a small moment, man. Psalms 75. And what the Lord tell these devils? Don't do, because first and foremost, you got to understand that we did it. When you read Deuteronomy 32, it tell you that Jeshurun waxed fat and kicked. Jeshurun is another name for Joshua Allah, which is another name for the Hebrew Israelites, for the sons of God. So let's say Psalm 75 and 4. I said unto the fools, and we know Job called the Edomites fools, right? These are the ones that control the earth. But it applies to two-thirds of J. Because in Jeremiah 4 and 22, the Lord said, my people are foolish, right? So it applies to the Edomites and the two-thirds of niggas. I said unto the fools, deal not foolishly, and to the wicked, lift not up the horn. And King David mentioned this in Psalms 55 about, he said that deceit and guile is in the midst of the streets. So it's talking about Israelites. It reads Psalm 75 and 5. It's applied to the Edomites now. Lift not up your horn on high, speak not with a stiff neck. Right? Remember the Lord said in Ezekiel that if he had a son, Ezekiel, to the heathen that they would listen, they would hearken. But Israel is stiff necked. Verse 7, verse 6. For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. But God is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another. And again, this happened to Israel first. The Lord took us from our power, right? As Joshua 1 waxed fat and kicked in Deuteronomy 32, and gave us the basis. He put us on the bottom with the basis of men. And what did he do to the basis of men that was on the bottom? He put them on top. But God is the judge. He put them down one and set up another. That's how the Lord did it. And when you go to Luke, let's get this. Because it happened to Israel first, man. And then, now being that these heathens is in rulership and Israel is on the bottom, what it say in Luke 13? They that are exalted shall be abased, and they that are abased shall be exalted. Luke 1 and 49, for he that is mighty have done to me great things, and holy is his name, which is Yahweh Bahashani Habashah. And his mercy is on them that fear him from generation to generation. And this is key. What it say in Isaiah 33 and 6? Because not should be that time. And it say the fear of the Lord. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. It's the fear, man. Because you don't know when you wake up and leave your house, thinking you're finna go to the grocery store and get what you gotta get, or you want to wash your car, whatever you want to do. It's the fear of the Lord, man. Verse 51. He hath showed strength with his arm. He hath scattered the proud in the imagination of their hearts. So who is this? Who is this proud that was scattered? It was the Israelites, to the four corners of the earth. He hath put down the mighty from their seats. That was us first and foremost. That was us, because the so-called white man never had no rulership until the time of the Greeks. Okay, he never had no rulership until the time of the Greeks. So the Lord said, Luke 1 and 52, he had put down the mighty from their seats and exalted them of what? Low, of low degree. What was Esau Edom at? We talking about cave beasts that was eating juniper roots for their meats, man. Okay, that sounded like horses, donkeys, and mules. Go read Job 31 through 7. It said they were children of fools, yet base men. They were violent in the earth, who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meats. Right? It say, and among the bushes they braided. They braided. Go look at the word braided. It means to be something like horses, donkeys, and mules, cats and dogs that can't talk, right? He have put down the mighty from their seats and exalted them of low degree. So now we got those that's in the high seat, which is the Edomites, the elites, and we got the Jake, you, the poor, maimed, halt, and the blind, you so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, West Indian Haitians, that's of low degree. He have filled the hungry with good things. Esau was hungry. They said they ate juniper roots for their meats, right? He have filled the hungry with good things, and the rich have he sent empty away. Who was the rich that the Lord sent empty away? It was you Hebrew Israelites, man. Let's get this. Blue letter. Us not blue letter. Ecclesiasticus 10. These devils' kingdom is falling, man. All you gotta do is stay diligent, stop being over righteous, and focus it in on the prophecies. This is Ecclesiasticus 10 and 2, and it reads, this is Ecclesiastes Salakia. This is Ecclesiastes 32 and 10. Before the thunder goeth lightning, and before a shamefaced man shall go favor. Rise up, be times and be not the last, but get thee home without delay. See? And that's why me, like, hey, you gotta go out, make you a list, man. Don't just go out and be on the grocery store walking on every aisle. Again, it says, before the thunder goeth lightning, and before a shamefaced man shall go favor. Rise up, be times and be not the last, but get thee home without delay. There, take thy pastime and do what thy will, but sin not by proud speech. For these things bless him that made thee and have replenished thee with his good things. Whoso feareth Yahweh Shemashah will receive his discipline, and they that seek him early shall find favor. So the hopeful elect is covered. This is John. This is John 10 and 10. It reads, the thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they may have life and that they may have it more abundantly. The so-called white man's kingdom is falling, man. He had a short time to rule. The Lord let him deal what he did, and now it's time to say goodbye. It's time to say goodbye. Ecclesiasticus 10 and 10. It reads, Ecclesiasticus Salakia. I meant to say Salakia. Uh, Ecclesiastes 10 and 4. It reads, the power of the earth is in the hand of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua. And in due time, he will set over it one that is profitable. Who's profitable to the earth? The Hebrew Israelites. Because the so-called white man, it said, the thief coming, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. So his job as a righteous adversary of Yahweh is to destroy everything that's meaningful to life, everything that's greenery. They taking away the vegetables and the fruits. They taking away the meats, your lawful meats. They are taking away your life as you know it. So I just want to make the points, man, because all this that Esau is doing, you know what the Lord said? This is Isaiah. Shalaki, this is Job. And I just want to make these points, man. This is Job 11 and 20. But the eyes of the wicked shall fail, and they shall not escape, and their hope shall be as the giving up of the ghost. See, that's the best that they got, man. This is Job 23. This is Job 24 and 23, and it reads, though it be given him to be in safety, whereon he resteth, yet his eyes are upon their ways. They are exalted for a little while. From 1492. I'm sorry, Salakia. When you go to this website on Google, it's called the Dukes of Edom. They tell you that they took flight, they took power in the mid 1300s, like 1353, right? So from 1353 to 1492, when Cristobal Colon and Amerigo Vespucci was funded by King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella, right? Then they sailed to the Americas. So from 1492 to now, these Edomites have been in control of the earth, man. Right? So like you. This is Job 24 and 23. Though it be given him to be in safety whereon he resteth, yet his eyes are upon their ways. Whose ways? The Hebrew Israelites' ways. That's why he landed in Hispaniola, which today is divided between uh, the Dominicans and the so-called Haitians, the Levites, man. It reads, they are exalted for a little while, but are gone and brought low. They are taken out of the way as all others, and cut off at the tops of the ears of corn. If it be not so now, who will make my who will make me a liar and my speech nothing worth? Who's gonna make the Lord a liar, man? Who's gonna make the Lord a liar? Nobody. The so-called white man's kingdom is deteriorating. That's Isaiah 14 and 11. The worms cover thee, and the worms spread under thee, which is corrosion, corruption. It's deteriorating from the inside out. This is how the Lord is destroying the so-called white man's rulership. And I just want to make some points. I got to go back to this because in Psalms, this is beautiful. Psalms 9 and 17, right? Psalms 9 and 17. The wicked shall be turned into hell, and all nations that forgot God. So you go to this translation. This translation is fire, man. Oh, what is that? What do they say? We desire not the ways of the Lord. Let me get this. Is that in Malachi? In the book of Malachi, right? Was that Malachi 1? So it say, for this word hell, I got to play this again. H78, H7585. So it reads, for the word hell, hell, pit, grave, right? It's a destination for the abode of the dead. Off. Here it is. Wicked sit there for punishment of the place of exile, of extreme derogation and sins. So the strong say, let me see, let me hit this 8-7. Let's see what this say. So it go into something else, but it say to inquire, to request by extension, to demand, ask counsel on, big sorrow lay in charge, consult, damage, desire, earnestly inquire. Greek, great, it's a Greek, it's like a greet, obtain, leave, lend, pray, request, require, salute. So it shows you, and that's in the other Strongs, but this Strong say, including its accessories and see inmates, inmates. So Esau Edom, the so-called white man, are inmates. They are falling back to the law of being inmates, and that's what we were. But when you read Isaiah 29:16, the Lord will turn things right side up. Also, is Isaiah 24:1, the king of Babylon. Done heard the report. What are they doing? They getting ready to move, man. Because the Lord says, shake the hand of them, they may go into the gates of the nobles. So we are watching the so-called white man's kingdom is unraveling. Oh, let me go back to this Job. This is Job 21 and 19. Just read this. Job. This is Job 21 and 19, and it reads, God layeth up his iniquity for his children. He rewardeth him, and he shall know it. His eyes shall see his destruction, and he shall drink of the wrath of the Almighty. That's that Psalm 75 I read, 4 through 7. For what pleasure have he in his house after him? It's a after him when the number of his months is cut off in the midst. And they know it. They know it, man. The triumphant of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment, man. They haven't been in rulership that long. Okay? From what is that? From we'll say from the Babylonians. I'm not the Babylonians, the Medo and Persian Empire in 586 BC when they took down Jake. All the way to the point of 70 AD with the Romans, the Edomites, who which was led by a Jake named Tiberius Julius Alexander. Let me look this nigga name up, man. And I'm gonna say it like this. Watch this. Who led Roman army in 70 AD? Watch this. Campaign history of Roman military. So let me see what it say. Say Fullness with the seed. Okay, hold on. Roman army of 70 AD.
According to the Metropolitan Museum of Art, the reigns of the emperors Vespasian, Titus, and Domitian comprised the Flavian dynasty.
Now it say siege of Jerusalem 70 CE was a decisive event of the First Israelite Roman War, 66 to 73 CE, in which the Roman army, led by future Emperor Titus, besieged Jerusalem, the center of Jewish rebel resistance in the Roman province of Judea. Following 5 months, the Romans destroyed the city and the second Jewish temple because it was rebuilt during the time of 586 with uh, 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 this guy Xerxes, right when they took over. Medo and Persian took over Babylon. And let me type this guy in. I said they ain't gonna give it to you. Sometimes you gotta do some extras. Tiberius Julius Alexander. Watch this.
According to Wikipedia, Tiberius Julius Alexander was an equestrian governor and general in the Roman Empire.
Now look, it say born in a wealthy Jewish family of Alexandria. Let's read about this slow-bellied nigga. This was a nigga, man. It said Tiberius Julius Alexander, first century, was a governor and general in the Roman Empire, born in a wealthy Jewish family of Alexandria. So this would be a nigga like Will Smith off of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Matter of fact, it'd be Carlton, because Carlton was born already with a silver spoon in his mouth. It reads, born into a wealthy Jewish family of Alexandria, but abandoning or neglecting the Jewish religion. So he didn't follow the custom of Yahweh Shemashah. He rose to become the second procreator of Judea, 46 to 48 under Claudius. And Claudius, it tell you in Acts, Claudius expelled the Israelites from Rome. While perfect, it said while prefect of Egyptians, 66 to 69, he employed his legions against the Alexandria Jews in a brutal response to ethnic violence and was instrumental in the Emperor Vespasian's rise to power in 70 AD. He participated in the siege of Jerusalem as Titus' second in command. He became the most powerful Jew of his age and is ranked as one of the most prominent Jews in military history. This is a slow bellied nigga. Yeah, a nigga. Cause Jake always, what's that? Our first Maccabees 111 that went out of Israel, wicked men who persuaded them to go and keep the laws of the heathens and to get licenses to do out to the heathen. As it said in Isaiah 28 and 15, right? They had made a covenant with death and had held out an agreement. Wicked niggas, man. And I did a lesson on this a while ago. This nigga, Tiberius Julius Alexander, it said he killed 50,000 of his own people over there in Alexandria, man, because they was against him and what he was about. Anyway, the Lord is bringing the so-called white man's kingdom down, man. These Edomites done took down their statues, right? Robert E. Lee, Teddy Roosevelt. They taking down all these statues. They trying to destroy all the history of white supremacy because in the next industrial revolution, it ain't gonna be nothing about the greats, the legends, what they call them, the goats. That ain't gonna be in the world, man. You get to start over with a clean slate and build up your credit and build up your whatever criminal history from then, from their own. So they're trying to take it to the Jetsons. I used to love watching the Jetsons when I was young. This is where Esau is going, man. But the Lord is destroying these bastards' kingdom because the so-called white man has lost the information age, man. Nobody believes now that the so-called white man is the God of heaven and that the Heavenly Father Yahweh and his only begotten Son Yahweh Shai look like them. This is according to scriptures. And everybody's making an uproar how Putin opened up the archives about the Israelites, the so-called Negro Israelites that took over, that was ruling in Portugal, Spain, and Europe, and Russia, and England, and Ireland, and Scotland, and Wales, and Denmark. There was 1,000 years of Jake ruling those lands. It's proof. Scotland, which means black man, Ireland, England, Denmark, Luxembourg, France. That was Jake ruling that, man. Go get the book, Nature Knows No Color Line. It'll show you in there all the Negro, so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indian Haitians, their crest. See, back then, families had a family crest, right? Like my family crest. That's what Esau was doing back then, man. There's a literal site called the Dukes of Edom, and they go from 1353 all the way up to the Duke of England, which is Charles. Yeah, go look it up. I did lessons on it. They put all these Edomites. What's this guy name? The other one before Charles. I can't think of his name. They had all of them on this list, man. Who controlled the world? Esau kingdom is falling. Their kingdom is falling, man. So what I would say, as I always do, stay prayed up. Pray to Yahweh Shema Shah to increase your wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, dealing with the men, that you may feed the sheep with sound doctrine, and praying to Yahweh Shema Shah to increase your wisdom, knowledge, and understanding for you, Akumot, you Akwath, you sisters, to keep you humble and to stay watching the prophecies and the signs of the time, man. Because these devils, it's tell you in Revelations 12 and 17 that the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed. Why? Because they had a testimony of Yahweh Shah and they keep the laws of the Lord, man, to the best of their ability. Yeah, this is what it'll come out of great wrath because you can't be convinced. The hopeful elect, the elect would not comply. They would not conform to the ways of the so-called white man. The Lord was edifying. I got to give all praise and glory to you. How will Bahashim Yahushua? Bahashim Rikakolaj, double honors to the apostles and the bishop as a great millstone who well, who teach well, who are the apostles and as a while Israel ready to accept the time. And a sincere salutation to all the occupant pushing the truth, for believing it's true, where the four ends of the earth, the entire world should light to go for the lake. I'm going to close with this. This is Job 24 and 23. It reads, though it be given him to be in safety, the so-called white man, the elites, whereupon he say, whereupon he resteth, yet their eyes are upon their ways. They are exalted for a little while, but are gone and brought low. They are taken out of the way as all other what? All other kingdoms. The Medo-Persian Empire, which is the Babylonians, the Assyrian Empire. They are taken out of the way as all other and cut off at the tops of the ears of corn, which you give to the hogs or you put in a slop bucket after you cut them off. And if it be not so, who will make me a liar and make my speech nothing worth? The demise of the so-called white man The word demise means death is approaching quickly. Go off to the end, may Yahweh Shema Shakatim bless your houses, may the blessed relation be upon your houses. Till next time, I say Shalom, Wa, Abba, Abba. The water Yahweh Shema Shah. Shalom.